Hi, it's Dan Harmon. If you're like me, you're a big fan of Harmontown, the podcast, and you wish that you didn't have to wait so long for it to drop after we record it. But here's the thing. Jeff, Spencer, take it.
You do not have to wait.
You can not only hear it right after it happens, you can watch it too in delicious, deluxe, high-definition multicam on your browser or your mobile phone.
We do edit some stuff out sometimes. Like, I'll say something so incredibly racist that we will catch it right before it drops as a podcast.
But you get to watch Dan right before the sedition hearing when he talks shit about Trump again.
Right.
Sometimes we have really famous guests, but we just cut it out of the podcast entirely.
Because it turns out they're pedophiles.
Sometimes Spencer's never wearing a shirt.
Most of the time. We put that in post.
Not to mention all the times you always hear people laughing at something that doesn't sound funny because someone is making a funny face or wearing a funny shirt.
Yeah, for $5 you get to watch all that stuff. You can see the weirdos sitting down, like getting nervous on camera. There's like one camera that's just right up someone's nose, and they're always picking their nose and stuff like that. That's good.
As if that wasn't enough, here's some political incentive. We will match your new subscription to the Harmontown live feed up until April 15th. The day of the big tax march, we'll match it with a donation to the ACLU,
which stands for a clue, which is what you should get.
And I know that's triggering your thought of going, doesn't the ACLU now have $800 million? Because, but here's the thing, ACLU money is like toilet paper money. It never expires.
But if political encouragement weren't enough, some apolitical encouragement is if you sign up, you get access to a year and a half of our back catalog of video episodes, including a tour in Australia and Harmon Country, as well as audio downloads on the night of the record, on just minutes after it airs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many times have you been listening to Harmontown for free after Wednesday and thought, I would really want to know what that guy looks like or what she looks like, or I want to see exactly how uncomfortable the audience is when Adam Goldberg is on stage. Mm-hmm. Now, for $5 a month, you get to see it as well as hear it. You can almost taste the Harmontown. Go to harmontown.com/live for your subscription to watch us as well as hear us. It really, really is a taste treat. Dan gave me little eyebrows.
I was like, holy shit, that guy just hit the bullseye. It really is a taste treat.
This show is being brought to you by My Brother Sneaker, a new podcast on Feral Audio, hosted by me, Yasser Lester.
And me, Isaiah Lester.
We're brothers, and we are a sneaker podcast talking about the hottest new releases, the hottest upcoming drops, and things we kind of just want to talk about.
And please keep in mind we're just fans.
Okay.
Don't jack us for our sneakers. We're not hype beasts. We don't have any special inside.
Yeah, we're not resellers. We're just two dudes who like shoes. We like the art, the design, and culture, and we talk about it ad nauseum.
Mm-hmm.
Coming March 6th to Feral Audio.
Feral Audio.
There we go. From Hollywood, California, at Meltdown Comics, Harmontown is now in session. Spencer Crittenden. And the mayor of Harmontown, Dan Harmon.
Thank you. All right. Well, we got a lot of show tonight. Not a lot of good show. I don't know that. I'm just saying we got a lot of guests and things. I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be a great show. I don't want to make promises like that. But sometimes I say it's going to be a bad show, and then sometimes you feel like that's a good show. Who cares? You don't know.
There's a big portion of our audience who hates when we have guests.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or what are they called? The Tories or the Whigs?
Bull Moosers.
Is you basing this on talking to them at karaoke after the show, or are you basing this on Reddit? Are you a Reddit lurker?
I'm not a Reddit lurker.
Okay.
Some people say to me, "Oh, I love it when you have guests." Some people say, "I hate when you have guests. I like it when it's just you, Dan, and Spencer."
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes if we don't have guests, it's a bad show because I'm like, I don't have anything to talk about and I'm sluggish. Sometimes if we do have guests, it's a good show because we do have guests.
Right.
Sometimes if we don't have guests, it's a good show in spite of having no guests.
You can live by the guest and die by the guest.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? sometimes people come up and we get to know them, and sometimes they're a big dud. Sometimes they're Sometimes the people in the live venue. Sorry, that was probably vodka, not spit. But sometimes people in the live venue enjoy the people that come up, and people that are listening at home are like, "Fuck that guy, I hate him." But let's spend this. Let's spend this personal time before we bring out our guests wisely. I want to ask you a couple questions. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
You became kind of Bruce Willis there.
Okay, so does anybody know anything about pee? When like a pee coming out of a penis, a male penis, that twist at the right by the. Is that because I'm imagining? I'm not a physicist, but that's because it's shooting out at a high velocity in the shape of a wall, like a vertical wall, and then gravity is doing its thing, and it's like leveling out, and it's also at the same time like then coalescing into a cylinder of pee.
I think there's kind of two streams that strike each other, and their combined force kind of sends them in a spiral around each other until they land. Or like one of those water fountains sometimes do it, where there's two separate holes and they kind of strike each other. I assume it's to get more, distance out of it.
Hello, Spencer. How are you tonight?
Are you saying that it's like the Coriolis effect, like pee?
It's absolutely the Coriolis effect.
That people
in action.
That men's pee out of their penises south of the equator spirals the other way because of the rotation of the Earth.
Yeah, when we were in Australia, it was like that.
When you guys now, ladies, forgive us for a moment. When you guys have the comings, when you ejaculate, when you make your leavings, and then if you let's say it's a hot summer day and you're already tired, and so you just kind of like you don't do any self-care. You just sort of drift off to sleep, which I did once in my 20s when I was living in Koreatown, and I really just value my candor. No, don't value it. Hate me. But I remember I was like it's just a sad chapter of my life. It was like so fucking hot, and I lived in this like little 2-foot closet in our house in Koreatown, and I masturbated, and I just passed out on my bare mattress, and I had masturbated onto like a piece of newspaper. And I just put it over onto the side of my bed, and I just drifted into a semi-blissful, semi-chronically depressed, sad, like, when do I have to move back to Milwaukee sleep? And I woke up, and there was just this like carpet of ants, just like. And it made me feel like I was in an Irish poem or something about like that Hoser song or whatever, about like when after the insects have made their claim, after the raven has wet his beak, I'll be home with you. I'll be home with you.
Now, I was just listening to Skull Juice with Dino Stamatopoulos.
Yeah, they're
and
talking
Andy
about
Dick.
that.
They talk about the fact, I did not know this, that if you leave your jizz rag out, that the ants will come, and then I did not know that ants love cum.
Well, I think the ants that we get a lot are like piss ants, right? They love bathroom stuff. They eat piss. They drink piss. They're a lot like Donald Trump in that way.
Imagine being an ant. What a life, the ant's life. It's like that's what we really have to ask ourselves. Like what are we shooting for? No pun intended. Like what we as primates are shooting for the ants, and the ants are there to gather it all and take every protein charged flake back to their brood. And they've been here since before the dinosaurs, and so in some respects we're tempted to say, oh, the ants have won. They've won. It's their planet, right? Because they're not going to go anywhere, and then we're going to come and go. But we're going to come and then we're going to go. But like
comings and leavings.
What kind of life is that? That's not a life. I'd rather be a super intelligent monkey that just like rises up and spits in God's eye.
That's a good point. Yeah. It's better to be a human than an ant.
I think it's a bold stance, but
Right? I agree. We're presenting a unified front here.
We're the only animal that has a philosophy, an evolutionary strategy that is proofed against the death of this planet, and also one that is causing it. But we are the only ones. As I've said, I don't see any big plans coming out of giraffes these days. Like I like they ain't got no rocket ships. And I'm just saying we're the one animal that actually theoretically you could blow up the whole planet, and we'd be like over here. We're not there yet, but like I'm just saying we should be proud of ourselves. We shouldn't aspire to be ants. And when I look at our freeways and our public schooling systems, I think we're aspiring to be ants, and we shouldn't do that. Our next guest.
No, wait, but Dan, before you bring out a guest, real quick, point of order. Spencer and I were talking. Well, we should
want to slow down the show, but
before we bring out our guest, we've been talking, and we keep forgetting about starting a new D&D campaign or Let's lay the groundwork right now for getting this rolling, because we have a million guests tonight. So
you mean like in the interest of next week?
Yeah.
Next show.
Let's talk about how we proceed with this now, so we're ready to start rocking on this as we go forward.
All right. Well, one thing
Electric Boogaloo.
Because I never really finished my thought. I know people at home are like, oh, he never got there. Sometimes if you're a guy and you do your thing and then you don't do anything else, then you forget. You go to the bathroom and you go pee, and it's this amazing double Legolas elven arrow thing. And you wait for it. You're like have you ever had that happen? And then you're like, well, I'm not gonna. It's because it hurts to stop. I know, smallest violin in the world for the half of the gender that's destroyed our species. But it hurts. You don't want to stop, and so you just kind of like you try to push through it. You figure like, well, give me a break. What could possibly be going on down there that could keep these two streams separate? And so you put a little more pressure on it, and then it's just like two giant, and it's just like going everywhere with the toilet and it's pretty steadfast. That I'm assuming it's just a little super glue from that you made in servicing that selfish gene. Okay.
So wait, you're talking about when you're close to coming, then it's hard to pee.
No,
he's saying.
Am I that bad at making
no. He's saying that there was still some left in there.
Afterwards,
you come and then you go to sleep, and while you sleep, it dries. So you haven't done it, and then you go pee, and it's dry. The tip of your wiener, the hole, I believe, is probably just glued in the middle.
Right. Okay. No, that's true.
Yeah.
No, I believe it.
I didn't want to. I tried to be quaint with my language. I didn't want to get all clinical and grody about it.
I need that.
All right. So talking about D&D. What do we have to decide? Like what characters?
I will throw that to you and Spencer. Like Spencer, what do you think?
Yeah, just what kind of characters do you want? I'm thinking your guys are. Your emissaries of a church that is like going into strange lands.
So. Well, what's our platform? Are we doing a Pathfinder?
Let's just do Pathfinder.
Okay. Are we allowed to, like CISO wise?
Oh, I talk to those guys. I use my +2 cloak of charisma, and also a scroll of fireball. It was great.
All right.
Their flesh was burning.
So we're off. Now, okay, so go on. You want us to be emissaries of what?
Yeah, so I don't want to tell the story of the story that I want to tell, but yeah. You guys you're adventurers, but you're from some sort of church. You don't have to be like believers of the church. You could be like, employees or contract laborers from the church or something. But you're a team from the church. Yeah.
So it's like Book of Mormon.
It's that's what it's going to be. Book of Mormon 2.
Well, I think I would like to be a very devout. I know I could be like a hitman hired by the church, or a paladin that represents the church, but is all into. I think I would like to be, because I think my thing would, I would like to be certain about things. I would like to know exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not saying from you. I just mean like I would like to play a character that gives me the relaxing, refreshing thing of not being conflicted and confused. And I'd like to like know like, oh, I have a religion, and I'd like to know what the tenets of that religion are. I mean, I'll make them up, but if you know, I'm not asking you to write me a religion. I'm just saying like I'd like to be a cleric.
Yeah. Okay. Great. A cleric of that church, right? Of that church that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Great.
Now, is it possible to still be Chad the Fire Liker from the San Francisco show?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, but I was in that show. I was an elf druid, but I like your drawing that you made when he was a gnome druid.
Sure.
So I might modify and be the gnome druid version of Chad the Fire Liker.
Great. Whatever you like.
I like
sounds
that.
great.
I like it
Okay.
a lot.
All right.
Okay.
Great.
So do you want to like roll us like attributes and stats and things?
Yeah, that might take a week or two or
Yeah.
something. But also, I think maybe we should make Steve Levy a character, but I could handle that off mic maybe.
Yeah, that's good. And so then we just have 3 dudes. But here's the thing: gender imbalance might with consistency might be better than. Like we used to have Aaron.
Yeah.
We could use but I think what we all agreed upon after a while is that these things keep falling apart because we keep rotating.
Right. We
guests
don't need people.
We want to have
necessarily.
consistency. Like, we want it to be like a radio show, and then it's
Right.
like, oh, here's another chapter of this, and everybody that played last week has played this week, and
Right.
so that we have that kind
It's
of.
also very
consistency.
common for when people are missing just to have them be missing. That's something that happens in games. So we
Yeah,
could just
but-
do that.
Well, but not if you didn't anticipate them being missing. I don't.
Well, we got bogged down because sometimes Kumail would not be here, and then Demorge
Right.
would be here and then not be here, and Curtis would like come and go, and Aaron would come and go, and then went because so. Like I think that it's hard to keep track of a weekly show when half the cast is never there. So
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a golden age when it was just like a core. So like Steve could play a woman, or I could play a woman. But it wouldn't be true balance in terms of casting, but it would be in terms of the mythology.
or we could have like NPCs come up and be women or something. Or is that just pandering?
think-
is that like
Well, just all right. I'm sorry I brought it up.
No, that's the thing. I didn't want to. We have way too much show.
Yeah, way too much show. Too much show.
But
All right.
we've talked about it.
No, we're good. I'm
It's
good to
happening.
go.
It's moving forward. As it stands right now, you and I have characters, possibly Steve Levy, and that's moving forward.
Yeah.
All right.
And then
Now
we'll figure
let's
out the rest.
Let's get on with the cavalcade of stars.
Okay, our first guest is a modern veteran of the television directing trenches. He's directed many episodes of Always Sunny. He's done tons of acting too. We can talk to him about that. But the most noteworthy thing is his movie Fist Fight is coming out February 17th, I think. It's got Charlie Day and Ice Cube in it, and let's bring him out, my new friend Richie Keene. Did I get that right? February 17th?
I'm so bummed I wasn't out here because you talked about 2 very important subjects.
Yeah.
And you pivoted amazingly from pissing to D&D, back to the double stream, back to D&D. I'm passionate about both these issues. I'm an OG D&D. I'm Gary Gygax, first edition D&D.
Oh,
And ladies, for those of you who don't understand the double stream, there's women who are always wondering what's happened in there.
Right.
Why can't you hit it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
they
just
think we're-
explain. This is something that's not. You kind of just took the hit for everyone and got it out into the world. I appreciate that.
But I don't want to just like hide behind. Oh, my dick was glued shut every time.
Right, right.
We're also weird, lazy giants that can't fucking keep it in the bowl.
I feel like this could be your thing. This could be
piss-
a cause.
piss ambassador?
Yes, this could be your. You could really get in front of this.
I wonder if shorter men
Right, they're closer to the ball.
are more popular with women in terms of toiletry
Right.
hygiene. Like if a girl that went out with like a 7-foot guy and then goes out with like a 5'5" guy. Like if she's like, Michael's so
Clean.
he's so clean, and they don't even really think like, yeah, it's probably like
Size?
just distance because.
Size is important. The closer your
Right.
hanging.
Yeah.
'cause
Spencer?
Down there closer.
This is so exciting
You
for
don't
me.
have to be tall or short.
I'm almost 6'4", and when I'm at home, I generally sit because I'm too far
This
away.
is another important issue. Sitting.
It's all about
men sitting.
First of all, blessed is he that can sit down, as the Scandinavian poet once said. Sitting is great. We invented chairs for a reason. They're important things. But I'm going to splash. I'm too goddamn far away. Even if I nail it, even if I'm completely hitting the clown's mouth at the carnival, making the balloon go up, I'm still just, my reward for hitting the water in the middle of the bowl and not hitting the seat is refractory pee, toilet water coming out.
You're very passionate about this. I can see this.
I want to do the right thing.
Right.
I want to do the right thing.
I'm a nighttime sitter.
Really?
I sit at night in the middle of the
I
night.
like
If
to
I got to
sit,
get up,
yeah.
I don't want to put the light on. It's going to be a disaster.
I only pee sitting
Also, noisy-
when it turns
noisier.
out I have
Right,
to pee.
noise.
Like if I have to take a poop, and then I'm like, oh, I had to take a pee.
See, now, I'm a nighttime sit-down peer, but I'm a nighttime stand-up pooper. I'm a stand-up pooper.
You're a rare breed.
That's a mic drop. That's a mic drop on the subject.
All right. Well, okay. So what? How did your career start, Richie? Now that you're our new Hollywood
Yes,
friend,
I'll
because
take
you're
it.
about to blow up. Because this movie's probably very funny. We talked about 3 O'clock High a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Amazing
Some of
movie.
the older fogies in the audience remember this movie 3 O'clock High. That was kind of like this cult hit. It didn't really didn't make a huge splash. There weren't 9 sequels. I don't even remember. I met the actor that played the bully. I told you
Right.
at a party at Sam Simon's house, and he looked identical, but I can't remember the actor's name.
Richard Tyson.
Okay.
Amazing.
Is he here? What the hell?
That's
got a really
My name is
amazing
Richard
fan.
Tyson.
Frank Johnson from Johnson Management.
Also, I was in other
I have
movies.
2 clients.
I
Sparkles
was in
the
other
horse.
films too.
All right, we're talking
he?
over each other tonight.
Sorry.
I saw that.
How many?
Well, 3 O'clock High also in an era of John Hughes movies where there was a lot of hearts and a lot of big comedy. 3 O'clock High came out in that time, and it was dark and just edgy, and the cinematography was so interesting.
It had more. I remember seeing somebody talking about. I don't know. Directors, forgive me for a second. I think they're very silly people.
We are. That's a fair point.
They're confusing to me because they think about things I don't think about. So when you meet a good one or one that understands I grab them and hug them and go like, please keep working with me forever, Justin Lin. Oh, okay, go do 9 Fast and Furious movies. Like, why did I talk? I was watching like Hitchcock, he fucked with you more. It was like you were in the hands of a madman a little bit. Like there's all these different ways to talk about directing, like the philosophies. And 3 O'clock High, John Hughes, I think maybe if you researched it, maybe you have, but like that he probably did things with his cameras and his cutting that made you feel like you were on not only John Hughes' side, but that John Hughes was on the character's side.
Absolutely.
Whereas Hitchcock, for instance, and then also whoever directed 3 O'clock High, like they were kind of intentionally going, you don't know whose side I'm on.
I agree. Hitchcock really did fuck with you a lot. You see a movie like Psycho where you're supposed to be on one person's side and 20 minutes in she's killed. And you're like, oh, fuck, what just happened? And John Hughes, I agree, was very clear about whose side he was on.
It was the first time I was conscious as a kid in a movie theater watching 3 O'clock High of all these like weird like dolly shots, like just kind of almost needlessly it was like, oh, that's a weird thing to do with the camera. And apparently it was based on High Noon, I assume, which I've never seen, but because of the high idea was in the beginning of 3 O'clock High, the innocent kind of like sweater-clad, nebbish character, not necessarily a nerd, but certainly not a jock. He's just sort of a middleman in his high school biosphere, and he somehow accidentally offends this.
He touches him. That's the big rule. You can't touch him. And he says something like they run into each other at the urinal, and he says, I forget what he says, but he slaps him on the back, and Buddy Revell turns around. And,
Buddy Revell.
Yeah. And he's fucked for the rest of the day.
And it was kind of like, that was after Ferris Bueller, right?
Yeah.
I assume that movie, because the guy was kind of, he had a Broderick look to him.
Right.
But he was sort of I think the thought balloon above his head, like everyone in the audience, was, I wish I was Ferris Bueller. But why is it that when I try to be Ferris Bueller, I end up in the crosshairs of the most terrifying man, this 35-year-old senior who now is going to see me after school at 3 o'clock, and the rest of the movie is just a psychological examination of your unraveling as you wait for 3 o'clock to show up.
But an amazing journey to watch. Like, I remember as a kid just being like mesmerized by that movie. Our movie is nothing like that aside from the concept of there's going to be a fight after school, but I love 3 O'Clock High. I mean, I just think it's such a movie worth revisiting. Because,
well, I wouldn't have brought it up if I thought it was nothing like it. Okay, all right, well.
Well, no, I mean, the log line is very similar, which is there's going to be a fight after school. This just happens to be two teachers and not two students, and what happens along the way is very different. But it's a similar sort of, what the fuck would you do? The difference, I think, in Fist Fight is, even though Ice Cube goes a step too far early in the movie, as you go through the movie, if I did my job, and I hope I did, you might be on his side as he continues talking about why he wants to do this, and as Charlie starts to be sketchier and sketchier in his methodology of getting out of it. So it's a little bit more by the time you get to this big fight. I think my hope is that you're sort of kind of like, oh, I don't know who I want to see win and how this is going to go down. Whereas I think in 3 O'Clock High, you want him to get those brass knuckles and knock Buddy Revell out as quick, if you can.
Yeah. Did you remember My Bodyguard?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I grew up in Chicago. All those movies. I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. I grew up in John Hughes country. They were filming Ferris Bueller when I was a kid in my hometown. My Bodyguard. Those were all the movies of my youth.
What I like about 3 O'Clock High, because I love that movie too. But also, is it a play on 12 O'Clock High? Like it's not just 3 O'Clock High School, like 3 O'Clock High, but it's also like 12 O'Clock High is like it's a war film, right? It's like
there's a movie called 12 O'Clock High.
Oh yeah, there's an old war film from the 40s or 50s. And 12 O'Clock High, it's like he's 12 O'Clock High, like it's like fighter pilots talking about like you're being attacked, like 3 O'Clock High.
I knew it was a high noon.
Like 3 o'clock. 3 O'Clock High. Like look to your 3. And he's up there. Like you have someone coming at you at 3 o'clock.
Well, the focus is really on the time, so I just assumed that it was high noon because I'm sure high noon is like, at noon you're gonna fucking gunfight.
But school gets out at 3 o'clock, and so it's
that's what I'm saying. And you can't say high 3 o'clock.
You guys are agreeing and you don't know it,
right?
Yeah, we are.
I want to step in and help.
I don't know if I'm conflating two things. I don't know if that was an intentional.
Well, I didn't know there was a war movie called
called 12 o'clock. No one knows. No.
There wasn't. He's fucking drunk again. So fucking, you're like this. I said modern veteran because I was like, I didn't want to say veteran TV director because then it sounds like you're 70. But no, like I mean, the TV director's life is like very hand to mouth traveling, like samurai
Willy Loman style.
You're never. I mean, as a guy who ran one of these shows, you never directed a Community, but you
I wish I had.
But like the directors are like we treat them like substitute math teachers.
Yeah,
like even the principal, if I could call myself that, treats them like substitute teachers. Like it's like, oh, welcome, shithead.
Get it done.
Just get it. Like, and then they go down into the hot box with the actors who are on their 80th episode, and the actors are like, I got this. Watch this. I call it the Allison. They direct themselves if they're worth their salt, and they'll bust the director's balls, and they make friends with some of them, and they torture some of them, and. But
every show is different. Every show is really different, and that's there are certain shows that you come into and it's like they want your help. When I do It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they're like, what do you want to do with this? What's your take? What should we play with? Just tell us where to stand, and we'll do what you want. Shameless is like making a movie. They're just like, go do whatever you want. John Wallace doesn't even have the writers on set. The Goldbergs, you're there to help. Mm-hmm. I'm there to help.
I'm sure.
Adam Goldberg. I'm there to help his vision. So, and they're all fun and different. It's really for me about point of view. Someone who has a strong point of view that I understand and I can help and hopefully be additive. And there are certain gigs where you're there just to help, and there are certain gigs where they need your help, and it's always different. And I was a private acting coach and acting teacher for a long time, and so I love to mix it up. When I hear someone's difficult, I'm like, let me in there. When I hear an actor, this actor's tough, this actress is really difficult, I'm like, I can't wait. Like, that's fun for me.
Oh,
I know
man.
I'm going to reach that person. I know I'm going to find a way. I always do. And it's like, that's really joyful for me.
Yeah, well, with Chevy, the way into
Well, I've heard the stories.
there would be directors that he would be like, "Is she coming back? I love her." You know, they'd be like, "Why does Chevy love that director or this director?" And it was like they weren't bad directors, but they were just like they saw the writing on the wall and were like, "Nailed it, Chevy!" And like let's shoot Chevy out, and he was like, "I love that person." And anyways, but I did want to ask you. So you're kind of a man without a country when you're coming in, because unless you direct a pilot, I don't know how many people that are listening that are interested in working in TV versus features know, like unless you direct a pilot, you're not really, you don't have ownership creatively or in actuality over that show. So you are just coming in and you have like this really stringent period of time to shoot your episode, to prep your episode, to shoot your episode. And then you have like a little temporary office that's never going to be the best one. It's like there's no potted plant.
The director from last week has their shit still there.
Yeah,
on the
there's
desk.
just scrawled switchblade carvings on the wall. They're like
me
don't
out.
eat the beans or what's up. The cake is a lie. But you and then you have to, it's like you're always under the gun. There's like all this like shit probably politically like trickling down, and you're not, the line producer might show up on the set and say,
always
you got to eliminate 3 shots and all this stuff. So then you have to have this like clinical relationship with it, and then you have to do your director's cut. And you have like a week to do that, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of that week, no matter where you're at with that edit, you got to go do another show. Otherwise, you won't pay your rent, really.
Right.
So I guess my question is, how within that weird clinical morass, how do you find the pride? How do you find the empathy?
Yeah.
How do you find the passion?
It's like any portfolio of work or anything. You do a pilot and you have ownership. I have a pilot that I did a couple years ago. It's still going. It's paying for my wedding. Okay. Then you go do an episode of a show that you really love the people on, and you're there to help, and you're cool with whatever the showrunner does with your edit. Then you go make a movie, and it's a year and a half of your life, and it's all yours. And there's pros and cons, truly, to all of them. So for me, I started so late that it's a miracle that I get to do any of it. I was a comic, I was an actor, I was an acting teacher. So for me, that anyone wanted my help to begin with, I'm one of those annoyingly, truly grateful people who can't believe he gets to do it at all. And so it's a bonus when I come be a guest on a show and they're like, "What do you think?" And I find that happens now more and more as I return to the same shows over and over
But how
again.
do you keep from falling into the sand traps of either A, getting so excited about this episode of Sunny in Philadelphia, you're like, this is going to be fucking amazing, but I needed more time and I didn't have more time. Like, how do you keep from throwing a shoe and going like, no, let me take the weekend in the edit bay. Like, I'm almost done with my director's cut.
That happens. I mean, I'm lucky that the shows I work on are shows I really dig, and I really dig the showrunners. So if there's a situation where I feel like if I could just get a little more time, either I'll ask for it, or I know they're gonna elevate it. So why am I fighting? What's frustrating is when a line producer, understandably, is worried about something that I know you need, and you're in the writing room and you're not there, and it's a very tricky political situation, and I know I have to get it, and then I just have to be difficult and say, "Sorry, bro, I'm shooting it." But I don't every once in a while I throw a shoe. Every once in a while, my best self doesn't come out because of the things we're talking about. But for the most part, in television, I'm there to help, unless it's a show like the ones I do a lot of, which is no coincidence, where they feel they want my additive value. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, was that boring? Well, let's go back to pissing and D&D.
Well, why don't we spice things up by bringing some of your Chicago friends out here, or fellow Chicago natives? I think as I understand it, we have. Do we have? I mean, this shit gets dropped on me like a fucking sandbag. I'm not in charge of when shit goes wrong. I'm only in charge of when shit goes right.
That's a good job. Yeah.
I think that was on Harry Truman's desk. A little sign.
It's certainly on Trump's.
I mean, well, why don't we let's bring Dino Stamatopoulos out. No, you don't have to move down.
Dino's doing lines in the back.
Oh, you gotta be careful with those.
I'm in big trouble, buddy.
What happened?
Well, I wrote this graphic novel like 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
you had an artist work for 3 years on it. And
Yeah.
Hardcover and hi, Richie.
You guys, I was his intern in 1994. It's a true story.
I didn't. I wasn't
true
sure
story.
he was my intern, but then I made him say, "Hey, can you read my script, please?"
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I knew exactly.
It was
who
me. It's a true story.
I made 2,000. We printed 2,000 of these, and no one's gonna buy them. I got a
I'm
fucking
sure
hop
that's
this
not
shit.
true, Dino. I feel like it's like an infomercial.
No, believe me. I brought my guitar. I'm gonna do like a little monkey tap dance. Here, I brought Scott Adsit and Britta Phillips.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I heard a gasp. They're way more popular than me.
You mean Pete Hornberger from 30 Rock and the singer whose name I stole for the character of Britta?
That's right. Yeah. I was going to bring Io Perry too, the other half of the Britta
The
Perry
person
name.
who's, like, whose foibles I stole for the
Yeah,
character.
she's in my band. Sorry about everything.
That's
See,
the name
no
of this
applause,
band.
nothing.
Because they don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, you're late blooming, which is an exciting thing.
I started a band at 52. It's a fucking nightmare. We're doing a gig actually on Saturday at Starburns at Super Tight, and our drummer, it's not my band, it's our band, and the drummer couldn't make it because it's his birthday, and he planned this thing, in Vegas he said, whatever you do, don't have a show on the 18th, and now we have a show on the 18th, and so I was on Facebook, and a couple of my friends who are married and fucked and had a baby. And the baby grew up to be 12 years old, and now he's drumming on Facebook. So I asked if he could drum, and he's going to come and drum with us. Yeah.
Now I want to come to this. That sounds amazing.
You never know. Sometimes you wake up to a carpet of ants. Sometimes one of them turns into a drummer. It's just an amazing thing about our bodies. We just shoot out torpedoes that either...
Were you talking about a carpet of ants? Because I talked about it on Skull Juice, too.
I just said that you guys. I just heard you and Dan brought that up, but I just today was listening to you and Andy talking about how ants love cum. I did not know that.
They go nuts. Let me do an imitation of an ant just coming upon cum. Like,
again, here's why you want to spend $5 to subscribe to Harmontown, so you can see the visuals of what Dino's about to do.
This is a normal ant.
Let's just say you're cum, okay?
He's going about his business.
Oh shit! Oh, where are the guys? Where's everyone? Which way do I go? Which way do I go? They literally go nuts when they taste the cum. It's awful.
Do you think it's maybe... Here's a theory. Maybe it's because
Disgusting.
Ants are so sophisticated
I'm too close to the audience.
as carnivores that they can taste DNA, and they're tasting the sophistication of a primate, which is like their brain can't process it. Their ant tongues are like, this is beyond grilled octopus.
I don't think so. I think it's I drink pineapple juice and it tastes great.
He loves pineapple juice. That's the case.
Yeah.
Ants love pineapples.
They do.
All right. Well, we only have one extra chair, Dino. So I understand you brought 17 people from your show.
They can't even sit here. I got my drawing room bag.
I want to help you. You guys are both from Chicago. We should talk a little for a second. I'm from Milwaukee, which is much colder.
And shittier.
Yeah.
In general.
Fireworks.
But why so many? Like, there's a lot of everyone in Los Angeles that works in television is from Chicago. I wonder what that is. Second City, maybe.
Well, funny you should ask. I have no idea. No, I was thinking about that too because I grew up and I wanted to do nothing else but comedy, and I think it was just a coincidence that Chicago was a comedy-based city. I think I'm just a goofy, ugly guy who got picked on a lot. So of course I wanted to
How
get
dare
into
you?
comedy.
You're beautiful.
Oh my God! See,
Come on.
That's where I know you from. you were down here.
Thanks for letting me audition for that sketch. I appreciate it.
Covered in
I
ants.
never fucking read it. You sucked me off, and I didn't even read your sketch.
When did you guys were? You're talking about Conan.
Yeah.
He was your intern. On
I was
Conan?
an intern.
Yeah.
Their first summer on the air, I was the general office intern. So this guy, Smigel, Louis, with the trumpet and the gum thrown against the wall, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I
He
was
had a
there.
trumpet. I don't remember
He had a
that.
trumpet.
What was that?
He would walk around with a trumpet, and he never played it. He every once in a while would just. I know he didn't play the trumpet, but he had one.
So he was like Henny,
And then one day
Henny Youngman with.
he spit his gum
He would
and
just-
he threw a
he would-
trumpet and it just stuck
Yeah,
to the wall.
something like that.
Were you there when
And
we
it's
had the
still
kitten running around too?
I don't remember the.
There was a kitten called. We were going to call the show Night Night with Conan O'Brien, but they wouldn't let us at NBC. So we named a kitten Night Night, and it just wandered around everywhere. And everyone loved this kitten. And then Max Weinberg came, and he's like, "I'm allergic to kittens," and we had to get rid of it.
What a
He's a
dick.
dick,
What a
right? He
dick.
was a dick. He literally was a dick. I didn't like him.
I'm not doing
He threatened to beat me up a few times.
It's that Bruce. It's that E Street Band Moxie.
Yeah, except Bruce had talent.
Yeah.
I heard that he couldn't even keep a beat.
Let's get,
Keep trying.
let's get a Twitter
That's what I
war
heard.
going tonight. I think I will say with Chicago. I mean, I can only speak about my experience, but between getting exposed to all the movies filming there, My Bodyguard, the John Hughes stuff, and having Second City that you go to, it occurred to me that comedy was something you could do as a job, and it wasn't just something that happened far away. I think that for me was part of it.
But
because you're a good-looking guy.
I'll take it.
But we don't have anything.
You
to
scratch
compare
my
it to.
back, I'll scratch yours, my friend.
Because I grew up in Milwaukee, which is like a smaller. I'm going to offend my Milwaukee brethren. It's a smaller Chicago. It also had its own little smaller comedy community. So I have to wonder, okay, maybe if you grew up in a town of 200 people, I guess maybe you didn't grow up around comedy clubs and I don't know. I don't know what my point is. What am I trying to scientifically prove? There's something in the water in Chicago that makes them be all moved to LA.
No, but you're right. I do think Second City, a lot of people came out of Second City as a breeding ground, but I don't know why.
It might be maybe people in Chicago are well, I gotta move to one of two bigger cities, and I don't want to move to the fucking dirtier one.
And I'm sick of the cold.
Right.
I'm sick of the
I'm not
cold.
gonna move to the colder, fucking more complicated one.
Right.
That's probably what it is. It's forget it, brother. Okay.
Yeah. But Scott Adsit is also from Chicago,
right?
Is that a good time?
Scott Adsit, everybody. Scott Adsit.
Who's also from Chicago.
That guy's famous. I've seen that guy on TV.
Also from Chicago.
Hi.
Sorry, I didn't want to out-host you.
No. Please. Just you're an ant to my cum. Help yourself. I was gonna make a baby with this one day, but I'll make more.
There's a lot of fat ants out there because of you.
I probably killed them because they can't get back into the hole. Man, that guy jerks off a lot. Hi, Scott.
Hi.
Dino brought you out to talk about.
He had. Yeah, sorry.
Well, no.
I'm from Chicago and I moved to New York because I'm more complicated than these people.
Didn't you move to LA first, though?
Yes.
But also, Dino, you moved to New York as well for a time, and then you moved from New York to LA on 9/12.
Yes. Yeah, no, first I moved to LA and then I went to New York. I've been
Ballsy
back and
travel
forth.
day, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we saw this, this is a funny story. We saw the second plane hit out our window. Luckily it wasn't a plane window. We were actually in our house. And I was like, check please, New York. And I was like, all three Stooges. We get fucked out of there.
I just love that concept because it tickles me so much because the flow chart your brain goes through is like, oh, you're not supposed to have that reaction because that's cowardly. Like your job is to stand there and get out a sword. Bring another one.
Well, people did help drag out bodies and stuff, but sorry everyone, but I had a daughter, she was like 2 years old, and we were really close, and we were living there, and like the fumes of everything was coming in. People were getting sick. So
by the way, I talked to a kid in New York who works for a law firm who, under the Obama administration, there was attention paid to this because otherwise there, wouldn't have been. Not to suck a previous administration's dick too hard, but it doesn't take that much these days. There's probably people in Arkansas that are Obama lovers right now, but there was his administration said, come on, there's been you got fucked up if you lived near ground zero, like asbestos and all this shit. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know.
I got out of there, and also I had this amazing little carrot dangling called writing for Master of Disguise.
Now, Master of Disguise was...
I knew you were going to grab onto this.
A Dana Carvey movie about a guy who...
Are you kidding? These kids grew up on that movie.
So you know that movie? Dino was brought in to save it.
Yeah. I rewrote 90% of it. And then... Adam Sandler came in and took my 90% out and threw it away and put in fart jokes and Bush jokes and everything. I wish I could show you my cut because I don't have it, and so you're never going to believe me that when I say it was better. But
the idea that there's a fucking masterpiece version of Master of Disguise. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
It wasn't a masterpiece, but god damn it, it was kind of fun.
They shot your version?
Yeah, they shot it and re-edited it.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
So it doesn't exist.
He had a friends and family screening, and they said, we're not going to take any notes from them. We're just, it's just a friends and family screening. Every note they took, every note.
Brutal.
Yeah.
More farts was the main joke?
More farts. One joke, and I'm probably going to bury myself because you're probably going to go, ew, that sounds bad. But if you remember, halfway, like he has a little puppy called the Cuteness, which was not my idea. This is a little puppy because I forget who, like Sony said, we need a little puppy in this.
Ew.
Yeah. So it showed up, and halfway through the movie, it just got lost, and then the grandfather came in. And he was the Master of Disguise, right?
Sounds bad.
Yeah. So I didn't write any of that, and then halfway through, the grandfather comes in. He's supposed to be Master of Disguise, and the puppy is never talked about again. So my idea was that the grandfather was there the whole time. He was in the little puppy costume. And then he came out, and then at the end, they're like, we missed the Cuteness. He's like, oh, I hate dog food. Like, all right. And he has to go back and be a puppy for the rest of his life in a little puppy costume. And the big note was, like, parents were going, don't kill the puppy at the end. It was like, we're not killing a puppy. We're bringing it back to life. I mean, it didn't make any sense whatsoever. Fucking hate Adam Sandler. Ben Stiller, Adam Sandler, Max Weinberg, they can all fuck themselves.
It's a big moment. It's a big moment. Someone's going to catch you.
I hate those guys. I hate those guys. They ruined my life.
What do you hate about...
Look at me. I got 2,000 books that I'm not going to sell.
I mean, so the views of Dino don't reflect some of the bridges that I haven't burned yet. I think there's like 2 or 3 of those that I prefer to burn my own. I'm almost there, but soon I will have a box of 2,000 books, and I'll be happy that way. Yeah. And you should be happy too, because you're a joyful life master that everyone looks up to.
Thank you. All right, 7 people agree. Good.
But you don't want to be this guy's intern. You don't want to be this guy.
What's it like, Dino, sitting next to an intern who has a better career than you right now?
all the interns. Who was Matt?
Our intern on
Mike.
Our intern on Sometimes Live. Matt became a big writer for Cosby, right?
Right, and that. Arden Mirren was
Arden
Marine.
Arden Marine Party Machine.
Yeah, she's doing way better than me. Conan, he's doing great.
He was your intern?
No, I think he started. Wait, no, he was. Yeah, I can't remember. Where did he come from? How did he get that show?
Is Weinberg still doing anything? Is there a risk to burning that bridge?
He plays with Bruce Springsteen.
I burnt that bridge when I was on Conan.
Yeah.
And it's a little bridge. And I think it was built on fire. That guy's a dick.
What's your beef with Weinberg?
Well, he treated his band really badly, and
Tell the story.
All right, well,
tell the music story. That's right, I forgot about
I told it on Skull Juice, but you guys don't mind hearing it again. Assholes. Max Weinberg, Ben Stiller, what's the other guy? Adam Sandler. And this fucking audience could all go fuck themselves.
Now, these guys are going places. I don't know if I would.
They're already more successful than me. I had to beg to come on this show. You guys are just here. One of the Zappa brothers were on, this is back in 1992, 93, and they wanted to come out. I think Amit wanted to come out and sing "What's New, Pussycat," and so Frank Smiley, who
Still there?
yeah, is he still there? Yeah, you could use your mic too.
Sorry.
Yeah. He's the audience. What do you call him? The audience guy.
Yeah.
No, not the audience guy. The guest guy.
He's the segment producer.
Segment producer. Yeah.
Dude, I was an intern on the fucking show. You wrote for it. You don't know who Frank Smiley is?
I just wrote the ha-has.
Okay.
Yeah. So Frank Smiley knocked on the band room door, and Max answered, and the whole band is there. And Frank says, "Hey, Dweezil Amit wants to do What's New, Pussycat?" And the band's like, "Oh yeah, we love that song." And Max stood up and he said, "Oh wait, hold on a second. Frank, come with me." And he goes outside, shuts the door, and he's yelling at Frank. He's like, I need 48 hours notice. We have to write the notes out. We have to do all this. And as he's screaming at him, the band inside starts playing What's New, Pussycat. Perfectly. Like, bum, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. And Max just.
That's the greatest fuck you I've ever heard in my life.
And he's like, all right, I'll make it happen.
It probably wasn't even a fuck you, though. It was just they were that excited, and he was.
Oh no!
And he was moving that quickly to block.
No, they had no idea he was going out there to say we can't do this.
It's because he gets money to write the charts for it, probably.
Yeah. And they got a lot of shit for it.
We know. It's like, no, I write it because I get paid for it.
Yes.
We could do it right now.
That's right. He got paid, and he didn't write anything. Jimmy Vivino wrote all the music, all the original music.
Max Weinberg had him killed.
How did the band feel about
Did I make that up?
Well, the band didn't like Max, and when shits like that happened, Max would go off on them, and we would talk because I was friends with the band, and they were like, "God, he's such an asshole," and they're like, "Please don't say anything
on a podcast."
Well, he's not there anymore, but because I think once I brought it up, and it was even worse for them. So I had this bit called Tamari the Ostrich, where I got into an ostrich costume, and thank you, you're my biggest fan. And so I would come out every once in a while, and just the whole bit was just like going out in this ostrich costume and hitting people with the head and the neck and stuff. And one time when the band was complaining, I said, "Don't worry, I'll get Max." And I went out, and they're playing this song, and this dumb ostrich comes out, and I take the head and I start bashing his drum set and I knocked over his cymbals and broke them and shit. And then I did my bit and left. And it might have been you. Someone came up to me and said, "Get the fuck out of here. Max is going to break your neck." And I fucking ran home. And And he asked for my check that week for
your check
for the Tamari the ostrich check, which is $3.
Your wages.
He's like, he's not getting paid for that ostrich stint. And he got my $300.
I would have loved to have seen him chewing out you in an ostrich costume.
I've yelled at people with the ostrich legs, and then just stomped away with the big feet. I remember saying to the head writer at the time, it wasn't Smigel, it was some other head writer, I'm like, you just settle for shit! And I walk away in the boom, boom, flopping and the big feet. Look like an idiot.
I'm not a musician expert person, but I think if you can break cymbals, you should get that money back from the Guitar Center. Like there's cymbals, their job is to crash.
Yeah, that's what he said they broke. I don't know.
Yeah, come on, Max Weinberg.
Yeah, hate him.
He probably voted for Trump.
Oh, I guarantee it.
If he thinks cymbals can break, then he thinks democracy can be fucked with. Turns out it can't. I thought so too. I'm embarrassed now. I found out my mom, I don't know if my mom wants me to talk about it, but I want to talk about how good it feels when you find out that somebody you were afraid to ask who they voted for, turns out to, my mom. I don't know. I'm hard on my mom, mythologically. Like I call her a lizard woman and stuff.
I like your mom. She never raised me badly.
But when I got home from LAX, when I accidentally protested by landing on top of the protester in an airplane, I kind of tweeted the play-by-play of it, and I got home and she texted me and she sent me a picture of her in a pink pussy hat, and it was nice.
Nice.
I was afraid to ask. I really thought I was very comfortable thinking. I just assumed my Wisconsin parents, that they voted for Trump, and I really didn't want to know that.
Yeah.
Next Thanksgiving will be way less awkward for you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't really go there for Thanksgiving. Guess I'm kind of
maybe now you should.
I'm officially the bad family member. Yeah. What do you guys know? You don't even know who Max Weinberg is. You oohed like it was like, oh, it's a feud. It's a feud. The mummies are fighting. That's the bandage industry is never gonna be the same. You don't care. All you care about is hatred. That's all you care about. Look where it got you.
Yeah.
All your policing of each other's language, that just set up those fucking 4chan people to be like, my feelings are hurt as a Nazi. They're making fun of us now. We gotta just beat them up. If you're listening to this, there's a 95% chance you're wearing underwear.
Most of us do.
There's only a 5% chance that I'm wearing underwear.
Hi, I'm Dan Harmon, Jeff Davis, and Spencer Crittenden.
You're all three of us?
Yes.
Are you like a transformer? Are you a Voltron?
I'm like a pair of underwear. I hold the three parts of us together.
Which are?
The balls, Jeff, the dick, Spencer, and me, the fountain of wisdom.
The butthole.
The jizz.
Hi, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably also wearing underwear. And at Harmontown, we take underwear very seriously.
Almost too seriously.
Yeah, no. I would argue that we're too serious about our underwear.
I would counter-argue that you can't get serious enough about it. For 60,000 years, humankind has been protecting its nethers from the elements. However, only recently have we decided that we deserve that cushioning to be proper. However, only recently have we taken any degree of pride or engineering in the material comprising that buffer.
Yeah, but for like hundreds or thousands of years, there was only one shoe. There was no right or left shoe.
That's crazy.
It just goes to show you how much we'll put up with until some genius comes up with something like MeUndies.
And like a bunch of weirdos, we've just been wearing the same boring cotton underwear and not really knowing that there was greener pastures out there.
You know the scene in Malcolm X, the Denzel Washington movie, where Farrakhan takes the 2 glasses of water, he puts mud in some of it, and then he keeps the other clear, and he says, if you only ever taste the muddy water, that will be your definition of water. Our definition of underwear has been fucking sandpaper on your balls.
Well, there's good news, Dan, because MeUndies has created the world's most comfortable underwear with a blend of fabric that is 3 goddamn times softer than shit-ass cotton.
How do they do it? Do they have a special worm that with a cyborg ass? I don't know. I will testify to this fact. I'm wearing MeUndies right now. I will never go back. For the guys, they have like a little pouch. Like they're kind of like, they have a little area for your junk it kind of goes into, and I know that sounds luxuriant and dumb and Hollywood and stuff, but when you put them on, it's like a glove for your balls. Like it's something that makes sense and that you deserve, and you don't have to think of yourself as Peter North to think that you deserve that. Like, I am a very under-endowed human being. I'm very hyperverbal, very cerebral, because I have a very, very receding like third nipple for a dick. But it still it appreciates being given consideration.
See, now I have 2 underwear drawers in my bedroom. One is for like the regular work a day, just the straight up boring boxer brief cotton stuff that I've been just wearing forever. And then I have another drawer with the more exotic, a little fancier. Nice fabrics and nice kind of designs. I just got my first shipment of MeUndies. I think they're going to take over.
Jeff, you just got your first shipment of what you're going to call a drawer merger.
Okay.
You're not going to have to draw that line anymore. Your work-a-day undies just became the most luxuriant soft undies in the world.
Why go slumming it? If I'm just going down to Trader Joe's to get some avocados, then why should I be wearing those bad hose when I could be wearing those MeUndies, bros?
It's where the nose goes. But also, because the thing is, in addition to comfort, utilitarian value, also, if you care about this kind of stuff, if you're talking about cosmetics, MeUndies has you covered. First of all, they're constantly coming out with new designs.
Yeah, I got like a Valentine's Day package, and they got little kissy lips all over them and little hearts and stuff like that. They're adorable. And they're soft as can be.
And now you're thinking, oh, I'm in a monogamous relationship. I passed that go. I collected that $200. I can wear sandpaper with pee stains in it. No, you're not getting the point. They have female MeUndies too. If you're look, listen to a podcast spokesman that has a hole where their dick belongs to talk about the benefits of female MeUndies.
I'm going to make a pledge. I'm going to get my girlfriend the women's MeUndies and let her try them on, and if she loves them, you'll be the first one to know, Dan.
And if she doesn't love the first pair, MeUndies will pay her back, and she can keep it for free, no questions asked.
And all orders in the U.S. and Canada ship for free.
It's like you're only paying for underwear.
What about Mexico? You can't ship to Mexico?
We're all paying for Mexico.
Oh, damn. For a limited time, MeUndies is offering you 20% off your first order. Go to MeUndies.com/Harmontown.
If you don't love your first pair, it's free, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
Make sure you go to MeUndies.com/Harmontown to get 20% off your first order. Make sure you use that link so they know we sent you.
We did.
We should get MeUndies with like our picture, like our faces on
We
them.
should
like
get Harmonquest MeUndies.
Harmonquest MeUndies. MeUndies, get on that. Because then if we had like Harmontown or Harmonquest MeUndies, people could wear those and they wouldn't just be enjoying the show. Their genitals would be in constant contact with us.
Hey, Jeff and Spencer from Harmontown, let me ask you something. What is the first thing you do in the morning?
Read what terrible things happened last night.
Exactly. You put on your underwear. And that is a choice that defines the rest of your day. It sets a theme. You pull a piece of fabric out of a drawer and you look at the stain in it or the holes in it, and you just put it on and you slide it on. And you're sending a message to your unconscious that's like about your relationship with the universe. What do you deserve? How should your nethers feel as they are shielded from the impersonal cosmos?
But fear not, Harmenian citizens.
But here's the thing. Finally, for the first time in Western civilization's history, someone has bothered to rethink the concept of underwear and come up with a fabric that actually feels good to your nuts, balls, anus, or vag.
And when those bits feel good from the inside out, you feel good from the outside in.
Yeah, we have this huge misconception in our culture where we're like, oh, that's nobody's business. No one can see what underwear I'm using. The guy in the car next to me is never going to see me again, so I'm going to pick my nose in traffic. No, you're sending a message to yourself. Who are you? Are you an animal or are you half God, as the Old Testament implies?
Dress like a half god with MeUndies.
Be a seraphim.
How do they make this modal fabric, which is 3 times softer than cotton?
And when we find that out, we're going to need to stop using them. But please, just put that day off. These are definitely conflict underwear. I can feel it on my nuts.
This is blood underwear.
I love conflict underwear. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt Dan's drunken ramblings. I'm Jeff Davis from Harmontown, here to talk about Warby Parker glasses. Do you need glasses? Do you wear glasses? Is your eyesight all fucked from playing Bubble Witch or whatever the stupid app game you play? My eyes are just dying from these stupid games. You stare at it and then you try to look up and you can't see shit. I'm 43 and my eyes are dying because of Bubble Witch. God damn it. Warby Parker has glasses that are really cool. They're kind of vintagey, retro-y kind of stuff, and they look great, and they're cheap as shit. They're less expensive than glasses generally are, which is dumb because people need them. Or maybe you don't need glasses and you just want to look professorial and kind of groovy. Warby Parker makes it very easy to order glasses. They have a free home try-on program where you order 5 pairs of glasses, you try them on for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy them. It ships for free, and you can ship them back for free. You go to warbyparker.com/Harmon to order your free home try-ons today. The glasses start at $95, which is cheap. That includes prescription lenses, anti-glare and anti-scratch coatings, and every pair you buy, another pair is distributed to someone in need. I'm hoping that it's refugees. I mean, because Syrians, holy shit, they need glasses. I did it. I ordered them. They come so easy. Boom. There's a box. There's a bunch of glasses in there. You pick the ones you like. You look in the mirror and you go, these suck, these rule. You pick the ones that you like. Also, if you don't have any personal awareness or any sense of identity, after you get your glasses from warbyparker.com/Harmon, you can also go to the Warby Parker app from the iTunes App Store, which allows you to quickly take photos wearing all the frames, stitch it into a video, and share it with friends and family to help you pick a winner because you don't know what you like. You need other people's opinions because you're a spineless ooze. warbyparker.com/Harmon. They're glasses. They're cheap. They're awesome. Fuck you. Back to Harmon.
My gun came today.
Oh, it did? I didn't know you were telling everyone.
Well, here we go.
I hope the nice thing about a gun is that you never have to. I should just tell everyone I have a gun.
Right, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, it works.
I know. I'm not going over to your house anymore.
I'm going to put a sign outside my house. I have a gun, and I'm not sure I know how to use it. It might go off while I'm just waving it around. So save me for last.
Also, don't beware the dog. They're very placid.
And they don't know how to use the gun either. So, Jan, when you bought the gun, when you said, I'm going to get a gun, what was the motivation? What did you picture using it for?
Trump?
No.
Not to kill Trump, that he was elected president and now we should be scared.
You just don't want to be a sitting duck.
Yeah.
It started with me being scared of general destabilization. And then I had Spencer start researching, like, well, what do you do when you want to get one? And Spencer did some research and is like, well, one of the things I learned is 10-day waiting period. Okay, for a handgun in LA. And then during the first 10 days of this administration, so much shit happened that I was like, okay, I'm not, a 10-day waiting period is exactly the amount of time you want to. I was just like, I don't know why I will want this. Right. I have to assume that
I may need it.
That I will want it twice as much 10 days from now.
Right.
The first 10 days was a doozy. It looked very familiar to anyone who didn't fall asleep during 10th grade history class. Yeah. Like, it looked real fucking familiar. And I sometimes I talked about it with my therapist. She asked me the same thing. What's it for? Is it for you? Is it for, is that look, it's for, sometimes it's for the fact that, like, I think it's just a general state of, like, it's for the fact that all of my control over my recourse to representation, my recourse to sanity and stuff like that being taken away. It's like I'm this white privileged dude that's just like, it's my first experience with it. Those nerve endings have never been stimulated. So I just fucking wandered out and bought a power tool that's like the same, it's like whoa, you might want to put a hole in another person at some point. Like it's like a Black & Decker commercial in your head. It's just like, don't be caught off guard with right. It's just sort of like sometimes in my head.
Yeah, if the dust is attacking you, you want to have.
Sometimes in my head, it's just a general destabilization thing where it's like I want to have it in a locked case somewhere in my home so that if because of all of this domino effect of all the shit that's being caused by people who are rank amateurs in the White House who are just think executive orders are just like fucking office memos, and purposely causing destabilization, and also out and out calling out to cities and states and saying, I don't recognize your sovereignty. Like all this talk going on. Sometimes the thought in my head is like, this is as close as we're ever going to get in our lifetime to a situation that could cause plummets of infrastructure on a level that would make me responsible for the food and water of like a large group of people in my neighborhood, and so maybe that guy should have a gun, because for friendly reasons, because they won't listen to a whistle around my neck. I don't know, I don't. Maybe I end up in charge of 19 kids. You know, I don't want to wait until the moment I'm like. I think it's just
the apocalypse, and Dan Harmon never wanted to be a father.
Best sitcom ever.
And the funny thing about the end of the world is that you just never. There's never enough time to prepare for it, and you just kind of go, yeah. What are some of the tools I'll need? I mean, I'm also getting a water filter. I'm not exclusively going, how will I kill people? I'm like, I'm obsessed about all these details, and one of them is like
protecting yourself. Did you talk about going in and buying this yet? Because one of my favorite things that you said when you walked in is like they're so excited to see you. It's like a sushi restaurant.
It is. I was
hey,
when you actually start looking around for them in Burbank, it's like, holy shit! They're I don't think this is very much of an exaggeration.
They come out of hiding, these places. The street that we went on, it had like 9.
It was like there were 3 on a block.
Yeah.
And they weren't. It's like, are they competing with each other? They had sandwich boards out front, like a boutique restaurant, like 9mm ammo, half off and stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, Spencer.
Hey, I'm helping out.
Sorry.
That's good. I'm helping.
I like it when you talk.
Thanks. Me too.
No, they're very excited about new gun owners at gun stores for obvious reasons. Old gun owners probably die. they're like, hey,
it's like buying a motorcycle.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't see those guys again.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, we're not. Let's not cater to our base. We need to swell our ranks. I don't know anything about guns. Hey, get in here.
Welcome to people poison.
All right, yeah. But anyways, my 10-day waiting period is up, so now I'll have a locked case in my home.
Well, put a gun to their heads, will you, and tell them to buy some Trent books.
Buy Trent.
I like segues.
Yeah.
We got Britta back there. We could sing a song from Trent.
Do you want to do a selection from your graphic novel, which is also a musical about?
It's the world's first musical graphic novel. I haven't done a lot of research on that, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, I Googled musical graphic novel, and mine was the only one that came up.
So maybe if I
10th, but there was musical and then graphic novel and then just me.
If I step over here behind Spencer, you'll have this space to play your guitar.
Oh yeah,
and
thanks.
Then Britta could come out and sing a selection or with or without Scott.
All right, let's rotate and bring out Britta.
Britta, you can talk to her a little bit. Now, Britta, before she starts talking, she was the singing voice of Jem in Jem and the Argonauts. Hologram.
Oh, thank you.
And what else were you? You're in Luna.
Yeah.
Not that one.
I was.
Talk about yourself.
I don't like to talk about myself, but I like to show up wherever Dino says to come. And Dan.
She was the voice of Blaberta on Moral Oral.
Yes, and Scott
and she was also Elizabeth in Frankenhole.
Frankenhole, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Dan took the mic.
Oh.
No, you should keep it, I think.
No, I can use Spencer's here.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Spencer never talks. But, I like it when you talk.
Thanks. He picks his shots.
So, what were you saying?
I just want you to point at me when it's my turn to sing.
Oh, all right. So anyway, Yeah. Do you guys know Moral Earl at all? Well, if you like third season of Moral Earl, which is what got me canceled and in trouble, you'll like Trent because it's really depressing. But it's uplifting a little bit too, right? I don't want to give away too much about it.
It's
But
all
you
about
want to
hope.
talk?
It's about hope.
And people are traditionally in the market for cynicism and depression.
But even now,
in today's political
yeah,
climate.
I know.
That's my
It's the
sarcastic point.
I know it's the worst time to bring a dark black novel out. You know, it's such a dark black time.
It should sell really well.
Don't
in the
buy
South,
it.
Though.
Don't buy it. It's not cheap either.
Aren't you?
I looked at the price. I'm like, really?
Aren't you literally selling it? Like, if someone gives you $25 on this stage, won't you give them a book from that box you have?
It's not $25. It's $24.99 and a penny.
So you're saying it's something? It's something nobody wants and
It's
is expensive.
$15 and $16. Wait, what?
No, the ship has sailed.
Oh, no, I will sell it for $20 here, and these guys will. Will you sign it too, Richie?
I can't wait to sign it.
Yeah, you have.
Yes.
You had nothing to do with it, but maybe you'll direct. I want to make it stop.
It's 9/11.
I actually made it because I want to make a stop motion movie of it and really bore everyone silly. So maybe you could direct it.
I can't wait to read it.
I want Scott and Britta to do the main voices.
Well, we can't wait to read it.
Why don't you get out your guitar?
I'm gonna get out my guitar. You guys talk.
All right. Well, so here's the thing. Thursday. This audience is the only one that's going to know in time. At Starburns Industries in Burbank, on the stages where we shot Anomalisa, we're going to do a little dry run, a little test of using those facilities to do the Harmontown stream from there. So it's gonna, and there's other stuff too. There's a super tight show there going on that night. So where can we, Levy? Where can we refer to people so that in my drunkenness I can just tell them, like, go somewhere and check it out? And
that doesn't exist. But I mean, it's at the Castle, 1101 West Isabel Street, Burbank, 8 p.m. Thursday. It'll be a big, super tight, lots of bands and stand-up comedians performing. It'll be a big party. It'll be booze, free booze.
And it's free to get in too, right?
Free to get in.
But it's not all ages because there will be free booze there. So yeah.
Right, 21 and up.
So but what if I'm listening at home and I'm in LA and I'm like, oh, I want to go to that. What if I'm the 500th person to show up? Am I going to get turned away at the door? Yes,
yeah.
is the answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's fire code. But Kevin Day said he'll put up all the information on harmontown.com, so you could just check out the front page.
Okay, so go to harmontown.com if you're hearing this and you're close enough to Burbank to come and participate in a cost-free, minus your gas money, experiment in live streaming HD extraval life.
And enter in the code underage drinking.
Guys, you got to really buy the book now because I broke the box I brought it in. There's no way to bring them all home. It's a fucking nightmare.
Don't buy that old scam. The oldest trick.
I have 40 boxes back there.
The old broken box trick.
Look at it. It's a handsome book. Britta, do you want to read from the blurbs in the back of people who read it? Well, with the mic in your face.
Trent is trenchant, funny, disturbingly and unremittingly strange. How it results in something so touching is anyone's guess. Maybe it's the singing.
And who said that?
Charlie Kaufman.
Charlie Kaufman?
That's nice.
I can't lie about that. I'd get sued.
Wait, now, Britta, read the last one. Read the bottom one.
Well, no, it's funnier if they dwindle.
Yeah,
they get worse as you go down.
The last one.
No, go to the second one. Second one.
Second one. Okay. As pessimistic as Trent is, it still ends up hopeful in its own sick way.
And who said that?
Andy Richter.
Andy Richter, okay. All right, next one. Now, this guy, you could tell, didn't really like it. This next one.
Dino wrote the greatest scenes on Mr. Show. Here is a book that digs deeper into his alternate universe. Comic and unsettling. It's a perfect dose of Stamatopoulos.
Stamatopoli.
Oh, Stamatopoli. Sorry.
And who said that?
Bob Odenkirk.
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah. That's good.
I talked to him. He's like, it wasn't for me.
But you wanted his name on the book.
But, you know, I said you could say anything and I'll print it. So, and then the next one?
Halfway through. Bold, original, painfully real. Will finish tomorrow.
He never finished it. Who never finished it?
Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey. Never finished it.
He had a much better review, but Sandler changed it.
You guys, read what Dana Carvey didn't. Okay. All right, next. This is the last one.
I'm not sure who this would appeal to.
Who said that?
David Cross.
Yeah.
So both
it's a nightmare. My life's a nightmare.
Both Bob and Dave.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. $25.
$24.99.
But I'm selling it here for $20. All right, it's probably going to go down. This is the worst telethon ever.
He can't even afford a real box to put it in.
Hey, you guys ever stay in a 5-star hotel and you get room service, and then the guy comes in the room and it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, he knows less about your order than you do. Like, he's in your bedroom functionally, and it's like you're in your bed and you're in your underwear, and he's going like, I got a quesadilla? I'm like, yeah, I know. And then a Diet Coke. Why are you reviewing it? He does it, and then he was like holds up a croissant and goes like, I think it's moon bread. Like, get out of here! You're a stranger in my bedroom. Get out! I came here to get away from people. Get out of here! I want the food to come in a tube. What is your crazy person coming in here talking about? I don't know what about sitting down here makes you into Schraub.
Yeah. See, Spencer, that's what you got to do. Just interrupt.
Yeah. Oh, wait, also, Rob Schraub is here, everybody. Rob Schraub.
Bring him out here. He doesn't want to come out.
Rob Schraub.
Don't step on the books. No, sit down.
We don't have enough people out here.
He doesn't.
Rob Schraub.
I resent being told I was interrupting. I mean, are you going to do your song?
Yeah. But,
okay.
Rob.
Hello, Dan.
Hi, Rob.
Can we hear the guitar? Or?
I can hear it fine from here. That's why you brought me out, right?
Yeah. You're the best at listening to guitars.
Yeah.
Do you hear it? Is it? You hear it out there?
I hear it.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
I do that first?
Yeah, you do that first. Yeah. Yeah. We didn't plan this out. Anyway, this is a song that comes in like beginning of the third act, so you won't know what it's about, but it's kind of a pretty song. But something has happened to their family.
How many acts are in this?
3 acts, you know. Thanks.
What, Jeff? Oh.
I was asked by the sound department, did you have volume control on your guitar? And if so, can you turn it up a bit?
It's all up.
Let's hear that. How's that?
Is there something wrong with it? It's a new guitar.
No, they just wanted it louder for the audio.
Right, I know.
I'd say turn it up a little bit more.
Well, no, it can't go up.
Okay.
Hit it harder.
So just.
Should we all?
But it's a pretty song.
Like the entire audience, should we all come back later?
I thought you made fun of him, not me. I like you.
Dino's book is now $17, everybody. $17.
Thank God.
If it gets any cheaper, we're gonna have to print 2,000 more.
The nice thing is that you can you've got all the broken box, but you got all these books you can build a new box out of, and then you can take the returns home in that.
I really hate my life. Look, there's some good. Yeah.
Do you want to tell them? You want to set up the song at all?
Do you want to? Do you want me to?
Yeah, you think you should? I don't
know. I don't want to spoiler alert it for everyone who's not going to buy it.
All right, but I don't know if the song will resonate like you want it to if they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Let's really get to the bottom of this. Let's really think this through.
Yeah.
It's about pregnancy.
Oh, you're not going to help. You're just going to yell at us. Okay.
Yes. It's not a spoiler to say it's about pregnancy, right?
It's about pregnancy. Something happens to their baby.
It lives?
Yes.
On what page?
There's only two things babies do. One of them is they grow up to be people.
There's a lot of things that could go wrong with a baby. That reminds me of a story. You know that story about my friend? I was watching a movie, Outlaw Jesse Wales, with my friend, and my brother was there, and he had seen it. And at one point, my friend asked my brother, does this character die? And I'm like, don't whisper it to him. I don't want to know. So my brother whispers if he died or not. And then we start watching some more, and my friend turns to him and says, when? When does he keep living?
That story's so funny. I've already told it when you weren't here. I've actually already told it.
Hey, it's still got a big laugh.
No, yeah, they don't care.
Okay. So it's a pretty song. I'm probably gonna screw it up. So. What do you want? What?
Do I sing this as well at the end?
You sing everything I gave you.
Okay.
I'm so mad at you right now.
All right. So I start right now.
Yes.
Baba, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. One for the master and one for the dame, but none for the naughty boy who cries in the lane.
You used to shout, and now you're so quiet.
He's dead.
You failed, and that takes away all your squeal. It's really not the end, Trent, but don't deny it. Although you're feeling nothing, still I know how you feel. You were young, so young, you couldn't have known better. I want you to know that I'm not mad. You are my son, Trent, and I am your father. Though I know you'll never hear it, you can just call me Dad.
Trent,
Black sheep, have you any
did you
wool?
feel neglected?
Yes,
I guess
sir,
it
yes,
must have
sir.
been my
3
fault
bags
from the start.
One for the master and one for the dame, but none for the naughty boy that cries in the lane.
Pretty, right?
All right.
That was good. We didn't rehearse it or anything, so
We should all. I think we should all nod like Muppets after they finish singing.
So that song's inside the comic book?
Well, here's the thing, Spencer. Thank you. There's a website that you go. You could all hear it for free if you want, and then buy the.
And the
grab
book
it
is
now.
now only $15.99.
Oh my God! It's a steal. I swear to God, I'll go buy that $15.99. Careful. $15.99. Let's make it $15. I don't have change.
Well, now that's getting close to the ticket price for Richie Keene's movie Fist Fight, which comes out.
Look at you.
Look
at you.
I think you could even get some popcorn for that money.
Hi, Richie. Sorry.
It's all good. It just went really dark, bro. Really dark. I was like Winona Ryder at the SAG Awards listening to that thing when she's like, what? What's that? What's the speech?
I know it's about a dead baby, but it's also not as funny as you'd think it is. It's not shock humor. No. Right? It's not shock humor. Use the mic. Say no.
No.
Ah.
It's very funny.
And kind of touching.
And yes, and moving.
And it's about hope.
Yeah.
Yes,
This is going to be the worst. You know how, like, when you're playing football as a kid and, like, the suckers walk back to the other side of the... forget it.
Give me a log line on the book.
This is going to be the worst
log line?
suckers walk back to my apartment with all of these books.
Dino, listen, it's a great book, it's a great play, and it will be a great movie.
Thanks, Scotty. I needed you.
And you're giving them away at $12 a book.
God damn it! All right, $12. You'll never get them at 12 anywhere else.
What if
You're going to see them here, like, out on a shelf for $5 next...
What if you scoop them up, take them out, start setting up to sell them for the after the show rush?
That's what I'm going to do.
Or
you want to get rid of me now?
I want my chair back.
All right. All right. I feel like I was going to say something, but no, that's okay. Goodbye.
Gino Stamatopoulos.
I was going to play like walk-off music, but you have to put a guitar away, fix your book box.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Scott Adsit and Britta Phillips, everybody! How nice. Britta just stole one of your books.
I'll get that for you, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
I'm doing my intern job again. Cleaning up after Dino.
That's good, though. When a mic drops, that means something good happens.
All right, Schraub, take a seat. Schraub, go park it out there.
All right, Schraub.
Rob Schraub. Front and center. Britta, you want to stay out with us? You want?
My brother-in-law edited your movie, Matt Freund.
Oh my God, I love Matt Freund.
Yeah, I did.
We were both first-time feature guys, and we were like on a stakeout for 8 months in a room together.
He's fantastic. He's very talented and wonderful.
Little inside baseball, but I do love the man. Yes. And he edited Kumail's Meltdown show.
Correct.
Correct. Who's also in Fist Fight.
Yes.
February 17th. Kumail
Great.
Nanjiani.
Kumail's movie is really great. Have you seen The Big Sick yet?
I haven't seen it, no.
It's super great.
But
has anybody seen it?
Yeah, how do you see it?
You were at Sundance.
But
how did I see it?
Yeah.
He got me into a screening.
Okay, all right.
You guys, I just got a text from Dino. He's now going to pay you $4 for every book. He's giving away them, and you get $4.
I swore I would say whatever you did.
Wait, you said $7? He hates his book and money.
So, I'm working with I'm slowly writing a book for Doubleday, and I have a friend who's helping me on it, and they have a kid in a third grade class, and this is I just wanted to share this because I thought it was funny. This is the list of essay topics that the kids generated for a third grade English class.
These are the list of essay topics.
These are third graders coming up with their own essay topics.
For the children.
So they pick their own. They're told, this is what an essay is, and then you
and then
think
these
of a
would
topic.
be the title of
Then these are third graders coming up with their own essay topics.
Yes.
For essays they'd like to write.
And they're in the third grade.
Yeah.
All right.
Schraub has become Ed McMahon.
You should help the homeless. The government should help the homeless. Those two are going to get married. Wolves should be thought of more. People should have more kids.
No.
So kids are like, they're like, well, they're biased. I mean, they don't know that they're going to be adults and being like, what are those kids doing?
We're great. That's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, they just.
I should have a sister.
Yeah. They just want kids. They just think if enough people have kids, they'll be able to take over.
Right.
Kids should not bring devices on the bus. Everyone should get a kitten. You should go snorkeling.
You should. It's fucking awesome. I love snorkeling.
I love kittens.
Oh shit! Sorry. Yep. Sweatshirt.
Dino set me up to get this because he didn't have a bit in which to do.
You can stay, Scott, if you like. You want to stay and join us? Yeah, Scott's going to stay. Although Dino's book price went back up to $14.
Hey, I've got Dino's phone. We can start calling famous people.
Can we call Adam Sandler?
Yeah, when he calls, it just goes.
These are third grade essay topics picked by third graders.
Third
Scott.
grade essay topic.
We're about a quarter of the way through the list.
Right. These are written by
third grade children. They have chosen their own
these
essay
are not
topics.
the essay. These are the titles of the essay.
Yes.
So you would know which essay you're talking about without reading the whole essay. You could just do the title first.
Yeah.
I like Everyone Gets a Kitten.
So far, I don't
I
disagree.
like a lot of them.
I think Herbert Hoover ran on that same platform.
Yes. I don't disagree with anything that these kids are saying, except for more kids.
There is too much junk food, and you should eat less junk food. That person's going to write for Breitbart.
Yeah.
Was he speaking directly to you, Dan?
Everybody should do rhythmic gymnastics.
Okay, you lost me.
I'm not inclined to disagree with that.
You
it's
lost
a beautiful sport.
I think that kid was coached by her mom or his mom.
I'd rather watch people do that than snorkel. I mean, if you watch people snorkel, all you see is a fucking straw floating around.
Hey, don't you hate it when you see like an ad of people saying why they don't like Trump and really cogent arguments against Trump, and then they end it with like a kid saying a really articulate thing about why Trump shouldn't be the president? Because it undermines everything. Because the kid has just been coached, and you just feel like all the adults have been coached, and none of it has any real authenticity.
I haven't seen these ads. Where are we advertising Trump not being president?
Oh, these are ads I made.
Oh.
I like the one. There's one clip of a little girl in Scotland's interviewed, and she goes, "Trump is a cunt."
I mean, I like that kid that set the fire. That's Drew Carey's kid.
Drew Carey's child. Well, I mean, it's nice. He adopted a boy.
Hey, young man, what's going on with this fire? I set it. I set this fire because I fucking wanted to.
Wait, what did he say about Trump? Trump can go fuck himself? He said the president's a piece of...
All right.
What are we doing here?
These are essay topics written by third grade English students.
Well played.
Got it.
Rob, refresh us on the premise right now, please.
Okay, these are titles.
These are the titles that they chose.
They chose. They didn't write them.
No, they haven't written the essays yet.
They haven't written the essays.
They've submitted these essay titles. I imagine there's another round of...
These are the children.
Yeah.
Okay.
The third graders themselves, they pick their own essay topics. In my day, you'd be told, you need to write an essay about Harriet Tubman. Oh, well, now we're more interactive. These kids are going to break off.
Guy knocked that camera.
Yeah, he did.
Oh.
Now it's Spencer's profile.
Yeah, I don't want to be on film anymore anyway.
All right. Can we do it digitally then?
Okay.
I bet the audience will figure out how to get it back. I don't know.
Kevin, you want that fixed?
I had a feeling he would be here.
Chris,
There's our technician, Chris Baruff.
Okay, back to work.
All right. We got some Chris Baruff fans in the back.
These are titles?
All right. These are titles that third grade English students came up with for the essays that they tried.
The English students came up with.
You should go to Universal Studios.
You shouldn't. You don't want to.
Get
a little butterbeer maybe, but
But what better needed essay then if we all disagree? You know, like let's have this kid let's give them
I want to read
their
the
time in the
passionate
pulpit.
essay about that.
We need more sushi.
That's a good point. Yeah, I love that a third grader is an expert in sushi, though.
Especially living in Los Angeles, there's one thing that we're really lacking is enough sushi restaurants. These all sound like corporate interests. They're also like they all work for these conglomerates. They all work for Big Kitten.
I should be on a basketball team.
Oh my God!
All right. Well, then put that pencil down, my friend. You're on a one-way train to no sports town. I should get a new bike.
Okay.
This guy, he just mistook it for a Santa list. So, I should get an iPhone. I should get more room for my toys. There's a little twist there.
Brentwood kid.
That is a spoiled kid.
Yeah.
They don't even want more toys. They want more toy storage. I need to annex my sister's room to store my toys. I should get a dog. We're in a rut here of kids. I think they're all looking at each other going, what is an essay topic? Then they're like, it's shit you get.
Hey, Dan, read those last few like you were a really depressed guy.
I should be on a basketball team.
Like you haven't achieved anything and you know it.
I should get a new bike. I should get an iPhone. I should get more room for my toys. I should get a dog.
You're just staring out the window.
Okay, this one I don't understand.
I'll clear it up.
More people should be on DJ Lug.
I've been saying this for years.
Sounds like something. It sounds like a radio station that's somebody listens.
It could be the word league without the E on the end. No more people should be on DJ League. If this school has a DJ League, I'm going to kill myself. I was on their side a minute ago. Criminals should be caught on videotape. No, very few people on the other side of that issue. The problem is all the innocent people caught on videotape, my child. But if you're saying eyewitness accounts are unreliable and police should have body cams, maybe that's what they overheard their parents saying. Okay.
These are third grade children.
Yeah. How old are you in third grade? You're 9 years old?
Where are these kids now?
They're
bring him on. Bring him up.
They're sleeping.
They're sleeping.
They're surrounded by kittens and dogs and snorkeling all over
and
the goddamn
iPods.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. This it looked like these were two different things. No, the full thing is criminals should be caught on videotape because eyewitness cannot be trusted.
Oh. And that little boy grew up to be Big Brother.
Right.
Yeah. Or I mean,
he wrote that when he was little brother.
How is I spelled?
Eyewitness.
Yeah. How is it? Is it like, I or is it?
No, it's spelled like the.
Oh, okay.
It's spelled like the
eyewitness.
No.
You just didn't know how to spell that, Rob?
Eyewitness. What's that?
You just didn't know how to spell?
No. Why do you think I came here tonight?
I should get a pet.
Spelled how?
Hack. Kid's already burning up that dog topic. You should stop littering. I'm a little judgy. Dance is the best.
Dance is the best. Sometimes you got to dance it out.
Dance should be caught on videotape.
Basketball is the world's best sport. And hockey is the best sport. I assume that last kid will beat up the kid above him. And all right, yeah, those were third grade essay topics from a real. That's kind of a desk piece.
Yeah, I want to get those essays though. I want to see what they became.
How did you get a hold of those?
I am friends with a person who I'm working with that is their kid is in this 3rd grade class, and their teachers. I'm hearing a lot of fun stories. I teachers, whenever we have them on this.
Name one fun story.
Whenever.
Just name it.
Just name it. What is the title? What are the titles for this fun story?
If you're a teacher and you are a fan of the show,
is this the title?
I'd love you to come on the show. I'm always begging these people. Like I begged this person, this teacher, because she's written some stuff. Like she sends out an email to the parents, and like the stuff that she says about teaching.
Name one thing she says.
If you're
not gonna name a story,
I don't have it. I'm just take my word for it that she's an admirable person.
Are there any teachers in the audience? We can't see you, so say something.
Well, we don't want to. It'll be some guy going, "I lied. Buy my fucking sponge that I make for washing your car."
It might be Dino.
But it'll be a sponge that keeps you from slitting your wrists. It'll be, I can't kick him off stage.
Remember when Dino came out with a box full of books and pretended the box broke so all the books spilled out across the floor and tried to elicit our pity so we would buy his book?
In entertainment news, did you guys know that this guy,
It's now $17.
Taika Waititi, he signed on to direct this crazy stop-motion movie about Michael Jackson's chimp? Like,
I read that movie.
Talk about career suicide, am I right? But we wish him the best of luck with his new feature project, Bubbles, produced by Starburns Industry. It's my studio, is why I brought it up.
I know.
All right, anyway.
Lashed out at me with
You're
those
making that movie?
claws.
I read that script. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It
man.
is, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It really is.
Yeah. Now that hopefully it's being more set up, we'll have the writer on in coming months, maybe, or we'll have the director on. We'll have the monkey on, maybe.
They'll rip off your face. Those things will rip your face off.
Yeah.
And testicles. So don't mess with them.
Just making sure.
Rob, what animal, if you had to encounter in the wild in its own natural environment, would you be most terrified to encounter? Like if
which one?
Well, yeah, which particular species of animal?
Man.
I was seriously a chimpanzee, right? Because it's like a human will shoot you or blow you up. A lion will just fucking eat you and eviscerate you. But what we know of chimps is that they'll
dress
your
up like
face off.
cowboys and then they'll rip your face off.
Yeah, they'll ride a tricycle on the Tonight Show, and then you'll be like, "Hey, can I have the tricycle back?" And they'll be like, "I'm not sure. I went through puberty an hour ago, so nope, pop, peel. Now it's my face. Now I'm gonna
rip your
whip you
jaw
around like a
off.
ceiling fan because my little tiny monkey arms are stronger than a fucking tank."
Spencer, who do you think?
Bite off your fingers.
Well, Spencer, what do you animal would you say is the most formidable? If you had to encounter them, which would be more terrifying for you?
Yeah, man.
Man,
they got guns.
You'd rather go one-on-one with a man than like a leopard?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I would rather go one-on-one with a man than a leopard.
No,
like hanging out, like just going out on a time, buying shoes and
any encounter,
window shopping.
Probably better with a man than a leopard.
No, you said man was the most dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but you.
He's doing like a double
question
stick
has
thing.
been posed very
No, he
clearly.
means cheetah.
There's multiple questions flying around.
Yeah, no one has been clear on what the question is. The question wasn't what are you more scared of. The question was like what are you asking?
What would be the last animal you'd want to go one-on-one with? Like the one that you would be most afraid to,
a hippo.
face? Yeah.
Hippos
You can't
kill
stop a hippo.
Hippos
I feel
kill
like
more than sharks.
Yeah, I feel like if I don't know. I mean, if a lion's like, I'm gonna kill this guy, he's probably gonna kill you. But like, if a lion's like, I might kill this guy, and you stab him in the eye or something, he might fuck off. You never know. But like a hippo, oh man, you're dead. You're fucking dead.
I hear terrible things about geese.
Well, what are your sources?
Anyone who's ever been golfing tells me that a goose
mean.
almost took their face off.
They don't got strong jaws. Let me tell you that. They will bite you till the cows come home, but it won't hurt that bad.
Spencer, you've been bitten by a geese?
Yeah.
And you have cows?
By a geese.
Yeah. They saved the day. I was fucked.
Have you been bitten by a goose?
Yeah. I mean, I used to go to like duck ponds and stuff and feed animals, and yeah, geese are the super aggressive. They got weird. Yeah.
They bit you?
Yeah.
Well, tell
Where?
us. Tell
Where?
us. Tell us a classic goose
What,
bite.
what
story.
part of your body did they bite you? And
hands.
describe it slowly.
The hands. They bit me on the hands. I know.
Because you had duck food in your hands?
So you feed. Yeah. One time, me and my friends were hanging out behind a Costco, and we found that they threw out more than 40 fresh loaves of bread because they got the new bread in, but they weren't bad breads, presumably. So we got 40 loaves of bread and went to the duck pond. It was good.
I think you guys were probably stoned.
No, we were definitely stoned, but that's not. We were making it rain. We were like slices and slices. Just flooding the water. It was probably bad for the local environment. But no, they were all loving it. I used to feed ducks and animals a lot, like at Duck Pond. In Simi Valley, there wasn't a lot to do. There was a big duck pond that you could go to, all sorts of animals. And so sometimes you'd feed them. But yeah, the geese are the most aggressive, so they'd come and they'd kind of swarm you, and they'd really get like they put their necks up like they're like trying to like square up with you.
To get food from you?
Yeah, like they know you have food and they're trying to bully you.
That's crazy. That seems like so.
I think they're territorial too, though.
Yeah, and they're stupid. Like they're just really angry and dumb. Like they don't
like a really
care.
loathsome animal trait. Like there's there's animals. I understand animals coming at you and maybe scaring you because
Right.
they want the food. But like an animal that's like being mean to you because it wants your food. What a dick.
Yeah, they're not nice. Geese are lame, man.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll
Wow,
bite
way to
you.
bring it down, bro.
Yeah.
This whole thing just
I wonder
came
if
to a stop.
swans are like that. I mean, isn't a swan just like a fancy goose?
I think. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man. What about those swans, man?
Yeah, what about the swan?
Check out the swan. If a swan ever try to get your bread, man?
No.
No. About these swans.
I feel like they don't get close, the swans, or I
No.
haven't seen them. I don't know.
No.
What do you guys think about, like, you know how in hotels, like,
Room
there's,
service. Fucking
like,
room service.
like no matter how much or how little snacks are available, the Snickers bar is like the Gideon Bible of the hotel snacks.
Always there.
So I wonder, is that like a corporate toehold?
Completely unrelated.
That's got to be based on demand, though, right? That's got to be somehow.
No.
That's got to be demand. That's
It's
like
not
the
that-
generic
it's
candy
not
bar.
that popular.
I bet if you polled candy bars, Snickers is number one.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
the one
So
that you
how
can
come
count
there's
on.
not like a bunch of like Snockers and Snookers
Right.
and like these ripoffs? Like how much? How how come there's not like there's not really a lot of candy bars that are very close to Snickers? I wonder if
Because
there's
you
like
don't
a
fuck
weird
with that Mars Candy Bar
patent
Corporation.
squatting like they just like if you try to add a certain amount of nougat to something, they go like we invented that, and you're like I can't have nougat, and they're
Right.
like you can't have nougat.
I think they invented nougat, so yeah, I'm sure.
I think nougat's kind of a gray area too. What actually comprises nougat?
Nobody knows
what's the
what
chewy
nougat
and
is.
delicious, and that's all we know.
We don't know what
Chewy and
nougat
delicious.
is.
Talking about nougat.
You eat it and then you get a new gut. No, that's great. That's a great joke. Yeah.
If you're talking to a child.
Dino's books are back down to $13 because of that. All right, but they're back to $15.
All right. Well,
Here we go.
I talked about pee. And
cum.
I talked about cum.
But Snickers are really satisfying.
They're the fucking best. Oh man, they're a meal.
I ate one on the way here. I'm gonna have a late
good.
dinner.
Hey Dan, do you
tonight,
remember
but-
when you and I had a deep fried Mars bar in Scotland? That was fucking good.
Yeah, I don't.
remember.
The myth of the deep fried common day items. I'm gonna put a little dent in that. if I could.
They don't exist.
Well, I'm gonna have a deep fried.
It's a myth.
I'm gonna have a deep fried whatever. It comes out a deep fried peanut butter cup. It's a ball of fried bread or whatever the fuck that is, and you open it and it's just goop. Like, come on, let's get real about what we're doing.
I seem to recall you enjoying your deep fried Mars bar when we were really drunk in Scotland.
Well, sure. It's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to eat that.
So
I won't eat that.
Forensic Files.
It's goop in the middle. I'm not eating this. Excuse me, miss, will you please take this back?
No, I'm not gonna
eat
I'm
this.
not gonna throw it in the garbage. It's a bunch of hot, chocolatey mess, but it's not like...
It is not to my satisfaction. It's melted on the inside. Well, we put it in boiling oil, sir. Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
$5 gets you the video subscription.
So if you watch Forensic Files, they always have to close the episode because it's always sad. Someone got murdered, and so they can't end it with just the people because they can't go like, "Yay, we solved the forensics!" Like hooray!
I was stuck in the closet. I was stuck in the closet.
We thought you were murdered.
No, I was stuck in the closet. I was so hot in there, and I'm eating a coat. I'm stuck in the closet. That would have been a good episode.
Yeah.
They don't do that.
But they never do that because
they should do that. They should do it once.
The second to last thing that happens is always
stuck in the closet.
The murdered people's families, they have to say like, "Oh, we're so sad they got murdered, and we always hang out in their grave, and we always like miss them and stuff, and it sucks that they're dead." But you can't end the episode like that. So then they always need this like, I don't know how come they haven't just figured it out how to get people to say it, but it's I guess because it's hard for these cops and stuff because it always has to be like a cop that says it, and they're not. Look, if you're a cop and you're listening and you're a genius, like email me. But I'm just saying there's been court cases about the fact that they screen you for a high IQ and not in the positive side. Like they're like because you tend to quit and waste taxpayers' money. But so these cops are kind of like and then they're like you want to close the episode with them saying they just need to say that forensics were important, and so they're always like they're just like the music is rising up, and it's like sometimes it takes them a really long time. Like they go like this was a case where a person definitely did a bad thing and like it wasn't good and they would have gotten away. I mean, the police did everything they could, but they could have not done as much. But if it weren't for science, boom, bam, bam, now, you just like sense the. This is kind of funny. It's just sort of a thing I wanted to talk about. I watch every episode of Forensic Files, and I'm always like waiting for that part at the end where somebody's just they're almost getting played off. You hear like the theme music coming up, and they're just like this is a guy who's a bad guy.
Say science. Say science.
Yeah, exactly.
Say
they're
it.
like waiting. They
it.
just want him to say like no, and you can tell that the way they start their quotes, like you can tell the interviewers are asking them like, so do you think forensic science was crucial to this investigation?
And they go, yes. They go, but could you repeat?
They go, can you make the question part of the answer? And so they go like, I definitely think forensic science was important because when you have a crime, and then the police are, we do things and then but obviously that swab from her vagina like that really tied it up.
Later on Jimmy Kimmel. The Forensic Files guy, the voiceover guy, I don't like that guy because he's always out of breath. He's like, and then a guy came in.
No, come on, he's the best.
And then the door was opened.
How do you not? That guy is the show. How do you not like that guy, but you like Forensic Files?
I don't like the guy.
He's trying to bring some energy to the situation. They're dead people.
It's a story about a person that got slashed to pieces. There's energy already.
What I like about that guy is that he picks it up at the end when they get to the point where they're like finally conclusively have proved what the murder is, and then the guy has to describe the murder. So out of empathy, he starts amping it up.
Or he's the guy who did it, and he's really panicked. And
What if he
his heart is
killed-
beating a million miles in a second.
That'd be the greatest serial killer of all time who hosts his own show. Like there's an arsonist that always goes back to the scene, like watches the fire burn with the fire department.
So science has proven that guy did it, and join us next week when we're gonna get that little girl's killer. Oh, she's not dead yet, but we'll get her.
They also, during the recap, they incorporate all of the things like that they found forensically, so they make it sound like the person doing the crime did all these really weird, specific, microscopic things, like pulling into the driveway, angry about his girlfriend. He got out of the car, and as he did, his fingertips touched the edge of the door, leaving the grease stains later found by police. He yanked her hair, pulled her down the driveway, leaving a slight trail of grease and dandruff that the dog would lick up and that the dog pathologist would find in the dog's intestines. Anyway, I'm not making my point clear. I don't know what my... But
has science advanced so far that we can find dead people's dandruff in a dog's intestines?
They had a really sad dog one that would have really bummed you out. Dog.
Because I'm the only one that
likes dogs.
Yeah.
No, it's the dog. You're the only one that, like, during our fascist takeover, you're like still tweeting like,
You said
"Don't
this
forget
last
to
week.
adopt a dog."
Last week. Last week you said this.
There was a dog that got shot, but then the dog got shot, and then he still at the end he got shot, and then he was like out of commission for a little bit, and then the way that the guy got caught, he was a Samoan gangster named Sabo Claus. Those gangs must be scary. We've talked about that, like Cactus Bunch and stuff. Like if you're like these gangs. So when those gangs that have like silly names, like oh man, they must fucking just like. I guess he was like in a Hannibal Lecter dolly in the court, and it was just like, I want to do it more. But Sabo Claus got busted only because the dog that he shot, his name was Chief. He got shot in the shoulder. Dogs have shoulders, and he hung out for a little bit, and then like while his owners got killed, and then at the end he was still like "fuck you" and like ran, and he got shot at close enough range that there was enough misting of the dog blood that Sabo Claus is now in prison.
Jeez. Fuck Sable Claus.
Yep.
But not because he's Samoan, because he's a gangster. So I want to make that clear. Samoans have provided us with a lot of like wonderful people.
Yes.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I think, is one of them. Maybe.
What are some of the inventions that Samoans made in history? Like famous inventions.
They have a good cookie. That's
the cookie.
Yeah, it's a good.
The cookie's
I get
good.
it every year.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't know that Ben Franklin's key was Samoan.
To his desk.
To his desk. I mean, who asked that? That sounds like that's something you ask on a racist website. What did Samoans provide for us? I'm cracking the case. What did Harriet Tubman invent? Maybe she didn't get a chance. Maybe Thomas Edison, when he was born, he was given like a bunch of light bulb assembly kits. We don't know.
Hey guys, we only had a couple minutes left. You want to? Zach just informed me he's got a new beat that we haven't heard before. Do you want to do? You want to try this out? Also, before we do that, I just got this sign created by Dino, and I filled in the price. Suggested Jeff Davis value of the book Trent, the graphic novel. Final price. I chose this $21. Trent, the world's first. Why is everything in quotes? Musical graphic novel. Meet Dino outside if you want a $21 graphic novel by Dino Stamatopoulos, and drawn by Leah Tishoni, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well,
Dude, you'll take 16, won't you?
Or best offer.
and Scott and Britta are going to be signing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't talk to anyone until you get back there.
Don't give it away, he's saying. Don't give it away.
Do you want to take your guitar out again? Okay, good.
All right, Zach, lay that beat on us. Let's get the fuck out.
Fist Fight opens
I appreciate
17th.
you. Thank you for having me.
Ice Cube and Charlie Day.
Tracy Morgan, Kumail's in it.
Isn't Jillian?
Jillian Bell.
Very
Yeah.
funny.
Yo.
Dean Norris from Breaking Bad.
Yo. I fucked your mama. Check. I fucked your mama. Me. I fucked your mama.
Yo, from the break of dawn, I fucked your mama all day and all afternoon long. I served her tea, I served her bread. I fucked her ear, put my dick through her head like she was Steve Martin, like a wild, crazy guy. Put an arrow going behind her eyes. All she could see was the back of my dick because she was using the back of her eyeballs to look at shit. That's how eyeballs work. They work on both sides. They're orbs, and when you open them twice as wide, you can see 360,000 degrees, and you see all that humanity is on its knees because we've been abusing the planet, abusing our air. We've got a hole in the ozone layer up there. I fucked your mama in the space station. I fucked her so hard that she was in celebration of my penis and my balls. I fucked your mama, and we went over Niagara Falls. We got married in Canada. I fucked your mama, bruh. Yo. I fucked your mama. I fucked your mama. I fucked your mama. I fucked your mama. My name is. Wait.
My name is. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Look, my name. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My name is Deep Voice Paul. I fuck more than y'all. I fucked with a leather all, and it hurts. I got gall. I got a lot of gall. I eat rich foods when I'm in bad moods with dudes. I get together with a lot of bad dudes when we get in bad moods and eat a lot of rich foods. We got the gout and we never get out. We like to eat rich chocolate, heavy creams and sauces. My name is Deep Voice Paul. I eat my feelings. I've been in bed with a bag of bonbons.
Thank you for coming to Harmontown, everybody. Let's hear it for Rob Schraub. Dino Stamatopoulos. Buy his book or don't. Richie Keene, everybody.
Richie Keene.
Britta Phillips. Spencer Cretton, and of course, Scott Adsit. I'm Jeff Davis. Your man, of course, is Dan Harmon. Zach McKeever on the beats back there. Hell yeah. Steve Levy. All right, y'all.
Go to harmontown.com to find out information about that thing we're doing Thursday. It's in Burbank, and it's free, and you'll just be helping us and it'll be a party. It won't be work.
All right, thanks for coming. Drive fast. Take chances.
Audio.